I'm feeling mean and green today, man, as you can see with the swag, man. Some people can see, some people can't. You know what I'm saying? We are broadcasting live from Levi's house of Strauss. On site is the conversation. SK Vibemaker DJ Illness.
Back once again with the ill behaviour.
Why is he ill?
Bro, it's ill, isn't it? It's me. That's my thing. I don't know why people like to, like, as a grown man now, people want to ask man questions. Where did your name come from? Like, if you are familiar with ill behaviour from when Fatboy Slim said ill behaviour, ill is a flip on the term good. So it might sound bad, but really it's the shit. How does that sound? I'm never addressing this again on the podcast.
I was going to say, know yourself right here. Shouts to Sean, because some people ask me many times, where's that come from? Sean, back in the day. I don't want to tell you the year. Not that I don't want to tell you. Maybe I can't remember, or maybe I don't want to tell you. But we was in our rave dancehall settings one time, and we recorded our, like, raves, because I'm a DJ, Illness is a DJ. I'm just not DJ SK Vibemaker. Never call me that. I'm SK Vibemaker. It doesn't upset me that much, but I'm SK Vibemaker. He's DJ Illness. I don't need the DJ for you to know what I'm doing, because I do many things. Maybe he's just a DJ. Anyway, we was recording the party rave settings, yeah? We was recording the party rave settings, and when we listened back, we knew at the time, and it was know yourself, and that stuck. It's know yourself out here. Know who you are, know your thing to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying?
You're getting philosophical.
No, it's philosophical if you like it to be, or if you don't want it to be. Like, it's philosophical. It's not a surface thing.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah? You get it though? You get it? Is that clear for you?
It's perfectly clear. I mean, I didn't ask, but here we are.
So just in case you needed, you got something to say?
No, I was about to move on. I was just saying, basically, ONSITE is back, and it looks like I'm going to be a familiar face on this podcast going forward. So I'm going to be trying to stop SK from going off on tangents, asking people lots and lots of loaded questions, trying to push people into the corner. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's Diddy or something. Do you get what I'm joking.
Do you feel like I push people into the corner like I'm Diddy?
No.
Do you think Diddy done that?
No, but we need to talk about Diddy at some point in this podcast, and that's why he just came into my mind. So I take it back. I'm not trying to associate you with Diddy. Would you associate yourself with Diddy?
No, why would I associate? I've met him a few times, but the associations, you would have to have a consistent association with someone to be associated.
Okay, cool. So let me just distance you from him. So yeah,
there's no distancing needed.
Alright, cool. So that's the plan going forward. You get what I'm saying? What can people expect on this new season apart from seeing me on a regular basis?
Well, you know what I mean? Like, people have like listened and seen ONSITE before, and there's been like me sitting down with a regular panel of people. Illness has been here on a regular basis. There's been other people that have been here on a regular basis. But I would like to think every episode now you're going to see SK Vibemaker and DJ Illness, and you're going to see big guests, man. It's going to be unfiltered. He likes to think we're going to be pushing people into the corner, or maybe he's joking about it. We don't do that, but there's going to be uncomfortable conversations. It's going to be unfiltered. It's going to be of a maybe political nature without like a persuasion, whether it's red or blue or gang association. I say political because I'd like to say that I'm not ignorant. So it's that kind of an educated discussion. You know what I'm saying?
I like that you like to think that you're not ignorant, but I think everybody is ignorant to something.
Do you think I'm ignorant?
Next question. Go.
Big guests, industry experts in the building, talking about things that maybe other people aren't qualified to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to talk about. We're going to be talking about things, man. So that's what it's going to be, man.
And we're going to be breaking down a lot of music as well, because we can't just be two DJs in this room, just like, you know what I'm saying? I think that we are in a time where to have an opinion is difficult. Nobody likes to hear the truth. So if you don't like to hear the truth or other people's opinions, then maybe this is not the place for you, because, you get me? We have a lot of off-camera conversations, and we're both going to stand on business now in front of the world and talk our stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it, my guy. What are we doing today? What's the discussion?
Well, because this is a bit of a reset and a reintroduction, obviously we're not going to go in with a full episode like that. We've got a couple guests planned. We're going to save the fuller episodes for that. And, you know, we're going to do episodes where it's just me and Illness, but I feel like a lot of the time it's going to be people in the building with us. You know what I'm saying? But Drake, man, he's just released his album. Wow. Do you know what I mean? He's released his album. He released the Scary Hours edition of the album, which was, you know what I mean, a little continuation from the Scary Hours, series. And then he's put it onto his new album as well, For Our Dogs. And people are really talking about, you know, Drake's position in the game, like, is he falling off, his relevance and that. Like, does Drake still occupy the top spot is what people are talking about. You know what I mean? Throw it to you, man.
Are you asking me?
No, do you know what though? We're going to talk about Drake, does he still occupy the top spot? But what is occupying the top spot? What does the top spot mean?
Okay, so...
In rap music, in hip hop.
That's good that you specify that. I think, music is up. So ultimately, everyone's creating. There's no competition. But in rap, I mean, it might be the same for singers, because I know that some of these divas, a lot of these divas, they don't sit down and have tea and coffee together. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not bridges like that. Because it's fierce competition. And it doesn't need to be, but it is. But in rap, it's supposed to be. Like, we come from battling. Hip hop, if you're not battling, like, graffiti, the breakdancing, the microphone's just another arena where we compete. And competition can be healthy. So ultimately, sitting on the top spot is really the person that is... It's hard to quantify it, because ultimately, J. Cole speaks about this a lot in his music, numbers. Yeah? A lot of people's numbers are just not real. Like, they are not real. It's like the worst kept secret. I mean, knowing whose numbers are real and whose numbers are not real is a science that I ain't qualified to talk on. But it is evident there are click farms. There are click farms for products.
Bots.
Yeah, bots. There are click farms. So
robots.
So there's people's numbers are inflated and
manipulated.
Okay, you're done.
Sorry, I'm always going to punctuate, man.
I'm joking. Yeah. So the numbers game is hard to gauge. So I don't think you can quantify somebody being on the top spot by their numbers because of that part. Do you get what I'm saying? And then there's also imagine, for example, I don't know what the kids' toys are today, but let's just say, for example, there was a Spider-Man went and done a rap. The numbers on that would be insane because so many kids do. So what does that mean now? The Spider-Man rap is now on the top spot of the game. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think numbers do play a part. I think personally touring is key because that's actually touching the people. Pause. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's actually getting out there in front of people. So I think touring is key. I think influence, your impact to the culture, all of the it's an amalgamation of different factors that put you on the top spot. But I think it is fair to say that Drake has occupied the top spot in music, not just rap, for long periods of time. Do you get what I'm saying? So now I think we're in a stage where I don't know. I don't even know if there's competition. Like, I can't say, this person's coming for his spot. I don't know if there's competition, but I know that it feels different right now to where he was maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. It definitely just feels different. But I mean, the things that he does, the tours that he does, I don't see anybody else doing it.
So we've entered in talking about what quantifies as occupying the top spot, whether it's music or whether it's the rap game. And I feel like for you, you've entered that by talking about the business from the top. You've spoken about the numbers and the tours before we've even spoken about the art form. Like, what about lyrically and artistically?
Well, we all know that the most lyrical rappers don't necessarily get all of the shine and don't necessarily always become the front of hip hop, because hip hop is completely mainstream now. The art form is mainstream. It came from us, but it don't belong to us anymore. A lot of these shows you go to, it is a multicultural fan base from all over the place. So when we're talking about what's at the top, we got to be talking about ultimately what's doing the most of the factors that I've given you. And
is it a common misconception that the masses don't like lyrics? Or don't like the lyrical?
I don't think that's a misconception. I think the masses like what the masses like. Today or tomorrow, the masses might like humming on a song. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Because we went through the mumble rap phase. And mumble rap is an art form. I'm sorry, there are some people that are really good at that. Do you get what I'm saying? And there are some people that shouldn't be anywhere near a microphone. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't think, as much as when you are a rapper, and you stand in the room next to another rapper, I think that's when your lyrical content, because there's like when there's two rappers and a microphone and there's no gloss, there's no glitz, there's no glam, there's just a beat and what you got to deliver. I think even the most simple person can tell the difference between in talent levels. I think that, or I convince myself that is the case, because if I think that you know, when someone steps to the microphone, you can't get them. Then we're lost and it's over.
I feel like the pillars of who occupies the top of the rap game for me is lyrically, artistically, and impact. Obviously, like those things are subjective, so it's like who determines who's murking in those categories? Is it the DJs? Is it the fans? Is it the media platforms? Is it the labels? Like, who is it?
For me, I'll tell you now, the fans are the most important thing. I feel like the structure, I mean, we've been doing this a long time. You know what I mean? Do your homework on both of us. We've been outside.
There's journalists and radio stations to fry into that as well.
Yeah. We basically are in a position now where the internet we have the internet, we have the technology, and artists can go direct to fans with nobody. We went through lockdown, people were doing live streams. Even the other day I saw Cardi B do it. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I saw clips after that were reposted of Cardi B doing a live stream at what time in the morning, like 4 times, and it's 75k people in this live stream. Do you know what I'm saying? So we don't need these, or artists don't necessarily need these people, and it's the harsh reality of where we are now.
When you're saying these people, you're talking about the intermediaries.
These platforms.
Yeah.
There was a time where without these platforms or these intermediaries, there was just no way out. There was a time you could catch man on Oxford Circus selling thousands of mixtapes, and nobody knew who they were.
So the fans are going to dictate who occupies the top spot in the rap game.
Absolutely.
Over the DJs.
Absolutely.
Because
the DJs are fans.
Because
or
one
should be.
One might the fans are DJs.
Yeah, the DJs are fans.
DJs are fans, but are fans DJs though?
Yeah, it can be.
Because what I'm saying is though, I feel what we need to really specify is if you're qualified to say that these people occupy the top spot in the rap game. So the fans could be fickle. The fans go with trends.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas DJs are qualified. Journalists qualified.
Not all of both.
Not all of them, but you'd like to think that like the certified ones though, innit? They know what they're talking about. They understand the landscape of the game. So they're qualified to tell you. So again, what is it that dictates what is it that dictates whether a rapper is occupying the top spot in the game and whose opinions count?
I think everyone's opinions count. I think you're talking a very like kumbaya idealistic way that the DJs are the guys. I would love that to be the case. But at the end of the day, it depends on how vested your interests are, how close you are to this artist, how much you like that artist. This artist might not have done a drop when he came into your radio station. So
it gets political persuasion.
Absolutely. I don't think there's anybody innocent. What I'm trying to say to you is this. I think that we can all, you know, put our own prejudices, our own views aside and look at the scope of what's going on and be able to tell if somebody is touring, a hip-hop rapper, English-speaking hip-hop rapper, is touring in Japan, is touring in Brazil, is touring in various places, that their influence is going to be bigger than somebody that can only do Shepherd's Bush. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that's what we've all got to be wise to. That.
Influence,
gauge like that. Yeah.
Influence,
impact. They kind of overlap each other.
Yeah, but then we're looking at artists that have got the gusto behind them, innit? They've got the big machine behind them. They've got the finances.
There are
so
artists doing more.
Yeah, they are.
Than some
there
side
are.
Artists.
But
the game is in a different space.
The biggest selling artists are not necessarily, most of the time, ain't the best artists or who people like see as owning that top spot. It just so happens that Drake happens to be one of the biggest rappers and is in the conversation for like one of the like, he's the best selling rapper, one of the best selling, probably the best selling, and he's in the conversation as being the best rapper. A lot of the times, like when Ja Rule was out selling everybody, people weren't saying Ja Rule was like the best rapper. Do you know what I'm saying?
What you're saying.
When like, I don't feel like 50 Cent, like he was out selling everyone. A lot of the time, people didn't say he was the best rapper. He might have a classic album.
Okay, so let's bring it closer to home. I said we have to stand on business. Bring it closer to home. Central C is definitely right now on the top spot of UK rappers. Argue with yourself. Is he the best rapper? In regards to his influence and his impact, where he's moving, the spaces that he's in, like the ground that he's covering on the globe. Yeah. Nobody.
But who are we asking though? Are we asking a pop audience or are we asking the core audience?
I'm asking you.
So all right then. So aside, I'm going to answer that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that if you ask a UK rap fan base or a rap fan base in this country, Central C or J Haus, I feel like the majority of them will say J Haus. And J Haus has not sold as much as Central C. But Central C has obviously...
Today.
They were
about today.
Classic or impactful projects.
Bro, we didn't. You just put classic into the conversation for the first time just now.
Yeah.
So
classic or impact. So when we're talking about,
I'm not talking about his catalog.
So when but
Central C is on the top spot, and I don't think it's an argument.
Herein is another factor in it of like occupying the top spot or being the best. Yeah.
Okay.
Catalog. Yeah. Cause a man can outsell everybody, but that might be a song that's forgotten in 3, 4, 5 years time. He could maybe possibly be in the conversation of being one of the top dons.
As much as this, we're doing bare semantics. Like what I'm saying to you is this: yeah, today, right now, Central C's on the top spot. It's not up for debate. He's the guy right now. Do you get what I'm saying? He's in America. He's working with all of the top people over there.
He's the poster boy.
More to the point. I follow people all over the world, from Singapore, which is
Is he the top UK rapper?
Right now, I'm seeing snaps and stories from all over the world, and I'm seeing Central C's music, and I'm like, rah.
And let me just say this. Let me say this on record as well, because obviously we're playing somewhat of an advocate. I don't want to say. Advocate. We're playing advocate. Yeah. Advocate. Yeah. And I'm not trying to like fight down Central C because I play his music a lot and I've been in many conversations and debates about him. But I'm here for the discussion. I know when it comes to like most lyrical, Central C he's not the most lyrical.
And that was the question I asked you.
He's not the most lyrical. But is he occupying the top spot? He's the poster boy right now. Yeah. And I want this reign for Central C to last as long as it can. And also we're seeing artists as well. He's pretty early in his career, so let's give man a chance as well to evolve and grow.
Facts.
Because he could possibly put out like a classic album. You don't need to be the sickest lyrical don to put out a classic album. Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Kanye West, maybe a bit more lyrical than the other two I mentioned. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to be the most, and it's not the most lyrical MC that owns the top spot in rap. Like.
So the question that's asked and answering the question that you basically asked. So now let's get into it with Drake, because that's where.
So let's just cap that though. Central C's owning this UK rap game right now. A lot of people have things to say as well. Yeah, like they want to talk about like the authenticity of his bars and like whether he's a UK driller and all these kind of things, and the man's compromising all them kind of things. And I think like compromise comes with this music business. Yeah. Compromise comes, it happens. You could change your life. So you're going to compromise a bit. Let's not get it twisted. What you want to be doing, man? Like struggling to pay your gas bill and all them things there. And on that thing like, yo, I'm keeping it thorough. I'm keeping it raw. And you're struggling to pay your bills. Or you're going to compromise a bit and change your life and your family's life. Enough artists do that. And they will lie in your face and say they're not doing it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. What you're talking about can go in so many different directions, but I hear what you're saying. So Drizzy Drake, is he on the top spot for you still or no?
Drizzy Drake is he's in that realm.
No, is he still the guy?
Is he still the guy? And do you know why? Do you know why we even debate about whether he's still the guy as well? Because with longevity comes a thing where, and he's an older statesman now, he's an older artist, innit? So people are like, why hasn't he evolved, or why is he not maybe making music for where he's supposed to be at in his career or his age? So that's why they talk about the fall off. So he's also like, he's a victim of his own success, because he's been very successful for a long time, but then people are asking like, people want something else. And they're also asking, is his music better now than what it was when he was in that earlier stage of his career as well, innit? Okay. Is he still in the top spot? Yeah, he's in the conversation, man. So top spot, favourite MC, is he mine? I don't know. No, is he mine? No, he's not. He's not my favourite. He's not my favourite.
He's not your favourite rapper. My thing is this.
He's not my favourite rapper, but I got mad respect for Drizzy though.
My thing is this. I said earlier that I feel like the top spot is really decided by the fans, because ultimately the fans drive, get what I'm saying, numbers are supposed to, etc. The fans sell it, buy the tickets for the tours, etc. But I think a lot of what you're saying is and can be a problem for entertainment, full stop, when the fans feel like they can dictate what somebody should and shouldn't be doing. On a previous episode of this very podcast ONSITE, we were sat down and we were with DJ Cable. And Cable said he feels like, and it was one of the sickest analogies I've ever heard, that Drake clocked the game years ago, completed the game. And now he still enjoys playing the game. So he's just turned the game back on, and now he's doing side missions just to pass time. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think what you said about him being a victim of his own success, he's only a victim of his own success to people that are looking for things to complain about, in my personal perspective.
But let me ask you this though, like, so we are predominantly like, we are DJs, and predominantly what we play is rap music, hip hop, yeah?
I play everything,
Yeah,
but in the club.
But predominantly
in the
you
club,
play that, yeah?
In the club, predominantly.
If I'm playing in a hip hop club now, yeah, how much new Drake are we playing?
New Drake?
Yeah.
What, as in just this project, or because Drake's put out
In
the past 2 years, he's put out
last three projects. Last three
the
projects.
last 3 projects. Okay, her last you can play at least 3 records. This For the Dogs, first person shooter you can play, Daylight you can play, and whatever that one is with Yeet, I Don't Give a Whatever. I can't remember, it's ADAGAF. You can play that. And
what can you play off Honestly Never Mind?
Honestly Never Mind. Do you know what I can't even remember that.
But do you know what? Do you know why there's an asterisk there as well? And
Honestly Never Mind is that the
Sticky.
Haus album?
Sticky, yeah.
So you can play Sticky, and isn't that the one with
With 21 Savage.
Jimmy Crooks?
Yeah.
So there's records.
Yeah.
And you can play Massive, because Massive might not necessarily be a hip hop track, but it breaks up the dance.
But also, I want to say like asterisks here. Are those songs going down for like our under 21s, our under 25s? Are they going down for over 25s or over 30s?
I don't mean to sound like egotistical here, but if you're a good DJ and you're worth your salt, yeah, you're playing your set and you're entertaining people. So those songs just work. Do you get what I'm saying? Is an under 25 going to like it more than an over 25? Is all mathematics that I'm just not going to get into. I'm not going to do that, man.
No, but there's the mathematics of us DJing and knowing that like we need to play to the audience,
but I'm not looking into them. I've not got a calculator saying 21, 24. Like,
No. But when you come in as DJs, yeah, we are
feel the vibes.
we're slightly psychologists, because we come in the room, yeah, and we don't know these people, yeah, but we almost know like what's gonna go down here.
Yeah,
let's get it like this. We're playing at a party and we go in there, yeah, and we see like, right, the average age in here is like 28, 29, 30, yeah. Are you playing Coil Ray players?
Yeah.
You're playing it, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%. The Busta Rhymes remix, because they know that. Like, at the end of the day, the art form of DJing is not what we're discussing here. You
I'm playing ski.
Listen, I play ski wherever I pull up. It's a song right now. It's the song.
It just shows you, just in case people don't know about the different dynamics of what the psychological hurdles we need to do when we're in the dance, the party settings, and we are DJing, because there's certain ways you play depending on the audience, and certain DJs will be here. Certain DJs will be here like, I play anyway. You think they don't care? I'm just letting them have a little bit of an insight into it.
No, they don't care. They want what they want. They want to know what we think about Drake right now. Is he on the top spot for you? Yes or no? That is the question. Yes or no? Man, look at me like he's on the top spot.
He's thereabout, yeah. He's thereabout.
He's on the top spot.
And the reason why people are debating it is for the things I said, like he's. How many years deep is he now? He's like, what comeback season was 2007. That's when I came in. So he's like 16, 17 years deep now. And our artists that's reaching that kind of years in their career, they're expecting a certain level of evolution and maturity. And I think like people debate about the amount of evolution and maturity in his music. For somebody that is in his late 30s.
I mean,
I enjoy the music a lot, I just want to say as well.
I think when I go through Drake, I mean, listen, first things that I want to say, something that I discovered, or not even discovered, I have to admit to myself, I'm a fan of Drake's music. I'm actually a fan of his music. Like, I feel like...
I don't listen to the slow jams.
I listen to everything. I feel like his earlier albums, I was probably more, like, I lived them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I was outside, and those albums can take me to a time in my life early. Now, when he listens to his music, I listen to it. Can I play this in the dance? Can I not? Do you get what I'm saying? But I highly respect what he's been able to achieve. And I feel like, not even just Drake, I feel like maybe I have a chip on my shoulder of how artists generally that are, you know, franchise players, artists that move and shake the industry, change the game, are easily brushed to the side. Like that irks me. Like, put some respect on certain people's name. It's like Lil Wayne just dropped a project with 2 Chainz recently. Personally, I think it takes me to some nostalgic Wayne places, like where he went, the way he was. It reminded me of the old Wayne. But people are just like, Wayne, bro, talk about Lil Wayne with some respect, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think he's a victim of the break, though. He's a victim of the break and putting out some sub-poor project.
It's not even just Wayne. It's like there are artists and there are different people that have done certain things for the culture. Do you get what I'm saying? That days or months or years after their moment has passed, people are talking about them like they don't exist, or like they don't exist, like they don't command respect. And I have an issue.
And people
with that.
see them as basically legacy acts.
Yeah, but even
because they celebrate their past legacy, but they ain't trying to hear new music.
Yeah, but you can be a legacy
and that's happened
act.
for a lot of artists. That's happened for Snoop Dogg. That's happened for Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, but put some respect on all these
in the
man's
UK,
name.
that's happened with like certain artists as well.
Certain artists don't do that. Name names.
People celebrate Sway's back catalogue, but maybe
I don't think people talk about Sway enough.
Yeah, I definitely think that.
I don't think people talk about Sway enough. There are a lot of artists. Like, for example, like Dizzy's been very successful, but I feel like until Dizzy's last resurgence, when he started mixing with, you know, the current crop of acts, people were talking about, that's you lot's people, you old people, like the youngsters. They don't care. Put some respect on what the man done for this country. Put some respect on what this man
the
done for the
younger audience ain't trying to do homework though.
Don't need to do homework. Put some respect on it though.
So this is where the sort of like historians or like the media platforms have a due diligence to make sure they inform people, maybe. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, listen, just put some respect on people.
This is where the DJ plays a role as well, right?
Here we go.
It's where the DJ plays a role.
Maybe.
We're both DJs. Don't say how here you go like I'm trying to push a narrative and you don't agree with the thing as well.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing at all. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's very easy to tear down somebody or any individual that has done a lot for the music. Like, I feel like it's easily done. Like, there's so many people. Like, so many names are running from my head. I can't pick one. But I feel like it's easy to tear down Wayne. I feel like it's easy to tear down Drake. Even some people tearing down Jay-Z now that Jay-Z... I mean, when is the last time Jay-Z made a record for the clubs? So do we talk about Jay-Z now like he's not Jay-Z? No, we don't, because when we see Jay-Z, he's doing something ridiculous with money that very few people on this planet have. And his missus is Beyonce.
Your star's not going to shine forever. It's the nature of the business and it's just how it goes.
Yeah, but
do you know what I'm saying? I watched the Eddie Murphy film like last week, Candy Cane Lane. Yes, Eddie Murphy was sick in the 80s and the 90s and up until year 2000 with Nutty Professor, but people look at him as an older guy now and he's not the young, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily about age, but you have your time in the spotlight and then you move on and you're not in the spotlight like that no more. But you still be respected, but some people try to disrespect you as well.
That's the point I'm making. So the moment you ease out of the spotlight, does that mean everyone can talk to you like you're shit?
Yeah, but people are going to talk shit all the time. And it's about you to know your stuff.
Like
and people that know...
That's like saying today, Cristiano Ronaldo's dead. Playing football in Saudi, dead. Cristiano Ronaldo has done things that maybe no human being on the planet will do in the game of...
Yeah, but you know when you know those people that say, oh, they're dead and they're rubbish and... How serious you take like their point of view? Let's put that into perspective, and that's why if you rewind what we was talking about before, I was talking about those that are qualified to talk on.
Yeah, but then you start getting elitist and saying I'm allowed to talk about it and you're not.
It's not elitist.
Listen, one of the best places, I'll tell you this now, one of the best places to debate music is in the barbershop. 90 to 100% of the people in that barbershop have never made a track in their life.
Yeah, but the qualified comes from like knowing your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be like on a radio station. You don't need to be a certified DJ or anything like that. You just need to know your stuff.
Yeah, but
like, it's not even to do with age. It's not even to do with association. It's to be about knowing your stuff. Maybe being a student of the craft. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put a pin in who's qualified. I'm gonna put it to like this. What did you think of the last album for the Dogs?
For the Dogs?
Yeah.
I've got to a stage where, and this is bad though, I've heard so much Drake that I kind of know what to expect, and I'm not going to spend as much time with it. I also want to say that I feel like the title of the project was misleading.
Well, what did you expect when you heard For the Dogs?
For the Dogs, for the man them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's talking a hella smack about women. But anyway, I'll get to my take on the album in a sec though.
So was it for the dogs them, for the man them, for the Keely them?
It has to be.
Does it have to be? So when you hear the album, does it sound like it's for the dogs them, for the man them, for the Keely them?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
For the G's?
I think so. I think it was almost.
Or was it
almost? It was almost misogynistic in places.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Was the dogs alluding to men that are dogs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
rather
probably.
than for the dogs them as in the man them. So then when you're hearing
in a lot of people's perspective, the two are the same thing. In a lot of people's perspective, I ain't saying I'm team misogynistic, but
so when you say your brethren's my dog, yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah, yeah.
You're saying that he's a scoundrel then, is that what you're saying?
No.
So it's not one and the same thing, is it?
No, but dogs will do dog things. No.
No, but come on, man.
They will. Like you put you know what? Yeah, if you get a bunch of guys together, they can be the best. They can be the best people in the world. Give them some alcohol, they might fight. You know what I'm saying? Dogs are gonna do dog stuff. It is what it is. Like they're gonna talk about women in a certain way, etc., etc., etc. Let's not pretend now that we're on a podcast in front of cameras that we live PC lives. Let's not do that because we don't. Like you get me? Like we catch joke, we run joke, we laugh about things. That's what dogs do.
Now this ain't an elitist thing, and it's not a look down on people thing, yeah. But I hold quite a high standard for what I do. So like so you're saying don't come on the camera and be PC. Blood, man live my life in a certain way still. You know what I'm saying?
So
and everybody,
you're PC 24/7.
It's not about PC. It's like
don't let someone catch you slipping like that guy that got caught on the other day in the toilet. Did you see that?
I live my life in a high standards.
He was PC until that video went out.
Who are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. It's mad. It's all over the social. It's all over socials right now. We're not gonna sully our conversation, but if you know, you know. Anyway.
Straight up, I live my life in a high standards, man.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
You don't live your life in a high standards?
I live my life to the highest standard I can possibly achieve. Some days I don't hit the height I hit yesterday, so then the day after I got to go further.
You try and be better, innit? For All Dogs, Drake, the 7th album? 7th solo album?
All I know is he's one behind Mike.
7th? No. We're not talking about number ones. We're talking about amount of albums.
That's the numbers that count.
Album. 7th solo album. And come on, man. He's got to his 7th solo album. He's very relevant. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of bangers and a lot of tools on there that allow us to do what we do as DJs. The impact, massive impact. Maybe not for people in his age group, a younger audience. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I feel like the album has achieved what it was maybe set out to do. I want to say that the deluxe version, the Scary Hours 3 part, I loved it. I heard some people say that like the beat choices weren't that good. Are you rap heads? Because
no. No, I don't. Carry on, sorry. No, I don't think they are rap heads.
Yeah, I like the beat choice, and I feel like it served the purpose. He was out here showing you that he could rap. It was fiery. So like Drake can do different things. I hear this though. Hear this.
Go on.
Is Drake really catering to an audience that he thinks want this for him or this is going to work? Because I want to quote Jay-Z. Jay-Z's got a song with Eminem called Moment of Truth, and he says a bar where he says, if skills sold, truth be told, I'll probably lyrically be Talib Kweli. That's what he said. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 mil, I ain't rhyme like common sense. Do you know what I'm saying? So basically what he's saying is that, yo, I'll dumb down my lyrics for dollars. He dumbed down his lyrics for dollars, for money. So I wonder how much Drake compromises knowing that this audience is going to lap this up and the album is going to do the business that it needs to do.
Being a fan of Drake's music, like, I kind of analyse his whole kind of catalogue, or just him and what he puts out at different times. And my personal feeling is that whenever you tell Drake you can't do something, he goes and does it. So there's different stages in his career, do you get what I'm saying, where he's done different things. You can't go work with those English people, yeah? How about a whole playlist? Let's go! Do you get what I'm saying? He's singing in Arabic. Spanish. No, I don't know about the Arabic record. I haven't heard it.
No, he done some Arabic on the Chuma Hedi one produced by M1 on the beat.
Okay. So yeah. All right, yeah. So he done the Arabic.
That was
thing.
sick.
No, but he's done a whole song in Spanish with Bad Bunny. Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever you tell him to do.
Mia.
Right. So I feel like he's got to the point in his career where they've told him, yeah, but you're just like, you're the sweet boy rapper. You're for the girls. So now It's like he's going mad. He's talking the smack. One record on the Scary Hours thing, he's talking about putting bodies and like he's doing everything you tell him not to do. And I think when I look at this album, like For the Dogs, I feel like he didn't try and make a one dance on this project. He didn't try and make a Hold On, We're Going Home, or whatever the name of that record. He didn't go for a Find Your Love. He's not even trying to find a record that's going to sit and live on the radio for a long time, like what would have been his goal in previous years. I think his goal here is completely different. I'm just trying to give this music for me and my dogs to rock out to.
Rich Baby Daddy ain't that the radio record with Sexy Red and Scissor?
Be, but come on now, is that at a push? I suppose you can use that one at a push. But come on, like that's just a club record. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe that one can go on the record because it has got the melodies and thing. But I wouldn't put Rich Baby Daddy, like if the two records came out on the same day, Rich Baby Daddy came out on the same day as Hold On, We're Going Home, I would have more of a feeling that Hold On, We're Going Home was made to sit in that space.
Not if they were released this year though.
If they were both released on the same day, Hold On, We're Going Home, it's not going to... Come on now.
Rich Baby Daddy is more now.
I was outside last night. I played Rich Baby Daddy. The scenes that take place in front of my face when that record plays is not the scenes that are going to take place with just hold on. It's not the same. It's the intention is completely different.
Yeah.
And I hope you can read between and know exactly what I'm talking about. Like the reaction is different.
There's a lot of twerking and a lot of slackness and ting going on with Rich Baby Daddy. What, you scared to say that?
No, I'm not scared to say that.
I'm full of conversation, man. The conversation's on site,
right,
dog.
Whatever you said.
You're my dog now. I'm calling you my dog. Or maybe when I say dog, maybe I mean that dog still.
I don't know what's going on, but yeah, where are we at, man? Where are we at?
You know
I'm done with Drake. I'm bored. What's happening?
Man said he's done with Drake. He's bored. Drake is up there in the realms of occupying the top spot. Listen, we're going to cap this off. I want to say though, would it be within Drake's best intention to be more lyrical, like the kind of Drake that we heard on Scary Hours 3?
Whatever side mission he wants to do, that's where we're at. We're in side mission zone. Drake, do Drake.
Would that compromise his sales, his streams?
I don't care.
Are his fan base going to stick with him for the Scary Hours type of Drake?
I hope so. I will.
Is that the reason why he doesn't do that more?
Some of my favourite Drake records are him just blacking out. Like Lord Knows with Rick Ross. I don't know why Rick Ross went on the song. Listen, it was cool, but there was no need. My man blacked out for 2.5 minutes and said, "Hey, take the mic," and left. It was mad. Do you get what I'm saying? 5 a.m. in Toronto. He's getting mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not new.
Handful of records though.
Yeah, but
we're still calling them records. They ain't records. You don't even know what records and vinyls is.
Tracks, whatever, same thing. Well, it is a recording, so you can call it a record.
I like that. I didn't think of that one there still.
Yeah. So like, it kind of is what it is in terms of him doing these records. He's been doing them. They might not hit the heights of One Dance, Hotline Bling, etc., but we still need those records. And I think if you've got them in your locker, you need to be able to do it, because if you don't, man like K-Dot and them man will come in here and blow you out the spot, and then you're not allowed back in that conversation where those guys are. You know what I'm saying? So
different audiences though, man. Like, do you know how many people I hear, like, at the same time we get the criticism of Drake, like, oh, he's not like rapping for people his age group, how much he's evolved. We hear the narrative, like, even though there's the Drake, Kendrick and J. Cole, like it used to be Biggie, Tupac and Nas, like, you know, them old luminaries there. We hear that J. Cole, like, he needs better production, Kendrick is boring. Like, so we hear those critiques of those other great... What do you mean from who? You've never heard those critiques?
Not even have I never heard them critiques. Have you been to a Kendrick show? Was it packed? So who's saying that?
So is that the only justification?
Listen, let me tell you this now. If you're an artist, I'm an artist. Anybody's an artist. You're making music. You're making tons of money. And on top of you making tons of money, you're selling out tours. What are you listening to? Oh, you're boring. Really?
No,
don't look boring to me.
I'm not saying the artists.
I'm
not saying the artists are listening to that, but I'm saying at the same time where Drake gets this criticism, and you're saying that, oh yeah, he does this, and K-Dot will come in and blow his head off. K-Dot gets criticism. J. Cole gets criticism. Every artist gets criticism, but the bigger the artist is, I'm trying to think if there's like these artists. What criticism did Jay-Z get, or in his pomp? What did he get?
I mean, you're going right back. I told you I was late to the Jay-Z
I was like
party.
Central C, like, he's getting a bit of criticism. So basically the point I'm saying, criticism,
What criticism is Central facing right now? He's a guy.
About the authenticity of his bars and like is he a drill artist or not? I don't know if that's a criticism.
I just think that's just a common like. That's just naysayers.
The naysayers have got things to say.
Naysayers are part of the ecosystem. They've got space. Like we just leave them there and we just crack on with the business.
When did you first hear Drake, man? When did you come into the journey?
My first Drake record.
Got something on your mouth still?
For the whole episode?
No, it just went there. I don't know what you've done.
Right, cool. My first Drake song that I heard, I can remember, was So Far So Gone. I got the whole CD. I downloaded it off of Dat Piff or whatever it would have been at the time. And then we were touring at the time, and we had.
When you say we, who are you talking
about? I was rolling with Chip. Double S was around, Always Recording at the time. We were touring. We were doing like an Always Recording tour. Even Wretch might have been around at the time. And we put the CD in and we played it from end to end on this like 2.5 hour drive that we were going on. And we listened So Far So Gone. By the end of that drive, I was like, yeah.
Involved.
Yeah.
What do we feel like? I feel like I've expressed a lot of my indicators. I just want to say I came in comeback season, Replacement Girl. You done a song with Trey Songz. That time there, I got the receipts. If you want it, like
1-0
I was doing a
1-0,
show.
is this guy
No, I was listening before you still, but you know what I mean. I've always
that was what you wanted.
I've been on the post though, man. I got the receipts. I was on Power Radio doing a show for a little while. We can just bring up the recordings. I got recordings on my shows. We do this innit. But anyway, like I feel like I've indicated my indicators, but like, what do you think are like the indicators that people think that Drake's falling off, man?
I think he's, as you touched on earlier, getting older. And whether we want to accept it or not, music is a young man's game in terms of having the influence and impact. I mean, look, there are rock bands that have been around from the 80s and maybe even some from the 70s that still tour the world now in stadiums and make loads of money to an older audience who are reliving that moment of their life. But the general music, the charts, etc. It's a young people's game. So it comes a point in every artist's time where they start to detach from that youth core. You can't be a 50-year-old hanging around with 17-year-olds unless something is wrong or you're a teacher in a school.
Mad.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's got to be some kind of reason for you to be in. So it's like I feel like Drake is now starting to age out. It's like I can compare it almost to Beyonce, who is one of the best performers that we will ever see. Like she just is. We're not going to do competitions. She's elite. And she's walking around in skimpy clothes, etc., competing with Taylor Swift.
Isn't that just show personship? But
the point what I'm making is not a criticism of Beyonce. It's like
you're saying why does she have to do that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we're putting Beyonce and Taylor Swift side by side. One is a complete giant and a juggernaut, but their numbers are matching because the youth are into this Taylor Swift. Do you get what I'm saying? And they're starting to not really be into Beyonce because she's outside, like she's before. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, if you look on a piece of paper, you might think, the numbers are similar, the tours are similar, they're on a similar level. But they're not. Do you get what I'm saying? And when I bring that back to Drake now, Drake's starting to pull away from that youth audience. So you might look
relatability.
Relatability. So he's starting to come away from that. So you might look at, I don't know, let me think of somebody like, you might look at, Travis Scott is a huge artist, so maybe that's the wrong person. But you might look
Kodak
at
Black.
Well, I don't think Kodak Black's going to hit the heights, but let's just use him for the sake of it. As much as Kodak Black is a
mess.
You said that, right? As much as Kodak Black is Kodak Black, like what I'm saying is this: like, imagine now it gets to the point where Kodak Black and Drake are doing similar tours, similar numbers. It might start to look like like he's fallen off. But it's not that he's fallen off. It's the fact that, Kodak Black is now more relatable to the core.
And he's on his incline and other ones on there maybe slight decline.
And I think that's what the case is. And in all of it, when it's all said and done, and I mean, I don't know if anybody ever retires from rap. Jay-Z's proved that, retiring from rap is just a farce. I heard recently that Joe Budden, who retired from rap, is about to is looking to put a project out with somebody, and it just gets ridiculous. But, until it's all said and done and you look back, like retrospectively over achievements, that's when you can really see who's on top. But as of right now, I just feel like Drake is going into a new dimension of his career where you know, he might choose to do what Ludacris and Tyrese have done and start going into movies and things like that. Or, do you know, just like add something on. So it's just not just, you know, 21, could you do something for me every week? I don't know, but I'm just putting it out there.
Man said Beyonce can't wear a fishnet and that.
I didn't say that. I just said that the young kids that are excited by young girls, girls, they're not excited by Beyonce. You're looking like their auntie now, B. Like, they're not looking at you no more. Even Rihanna's starting to go into auntie zones. She is. She's aging out. It's not a criticism of her. I said what I said, man. I said what I said. And you know what's good about it? I'm doing the editing, so if I don't like it, you get me?
That's what you said, man. We're unfiltered, man. On-site, SK Vibemaker DJ Illness. We outside, man. Somewhat of a reset today, man. Get ready for what's in store.